Thanks for joining me again in these Easter meditations. We come today to Luke 22 verse 66. That's a nice balanced number, isn't it? The whole company arose, both the chief priests and the scribes, and led him away to their council. This period of Lent is really a period of self-examination and repentance, and I need to not only examine myself, but I think we need also to examine the human race. I'm a part of it. Sometimes we carry collective guilt. The human race is capable of wonderful things. I remember an incident where America and Russia were basically at war and virtually didn't even talk to each other. And then 3 grey whales got stuck in the ice in Alaska. And the whole world came to a standstill. And America and Russia worked together to get these jolly whales out. I mean, it was in the sense a real waste of money, but it was wonderful to see the human race with its ability for compassion and working together. But then, of course, the human race is also capable of great evil. And in this reading, we see that the whole company arose against Jesus. Now, that's a remarkable thing. The chief priests, the scribes, the teachers of the law all agreed. Now, I've lived with Jews quite a lot, and I can tell you that is unusual. Jews love to disagree with each other. In fact, one Jew told me that if you get 4 Jews together, you've got 5 political parties. And that's actually playing out in Israel right now. And yet they all agree together. It's called groupthink. All of a sudden, they're thinking alike. The Bible has a word for that. It's called seditions. I never understood that as a kid until J.B. Phillips came out with his first real modern translation, and he translated it brilliantly. He called it always thinking your own little group is right. And there it was, the teachers of the law, the scribes, the Pharisees, the elders of the people sat in solemn conclave and agreed together that Jesus was not fit to live. Perhaps the most reprehensible case of groupthink in human history. So they ganged together on Jesus. It's horrible to be ganged up on. There was a picture in my old book of Jocko the Bushveld that I used to look at for ages of a leopard who'd caught a baboon. And then the whole massive troop of baboons came and ganged up on that leopard. I used to gaze at that picture and wonder, how did it end? We actually were never told. But it's a horrible thing to be ganged up against. And so I need to ask myself this Easter, is there any of this groupthink, gang-up mentality in me? Of course it is in all of us. It's a natural thing. I love the World Cup final where we beat up England.
Colby bounces towards the fence. Boatman still going. Chosen Colby. South Africa, the World Cup is theirs.
But just listen to my language. We beat up England. Us, them. That's a group mentality. It's healthy in a way, good to belong to a group. But notice the beat up, and I kind of enjoy saying that. It's beginning to become sinful. And so I need to examine myself and my human race that I belong to. Are we guilty of a gang mentality? And do I ever take part in it? You know, every time I gossip behind somebody's back, I'm ganging up on them. And so we have this picture of this great crowd all agreed together, ganging up on Jesus. And there he stands all alone. It takes great courage to stand alone. Back in the protests in Tiananmen Square, one protester stood alone against the tanks. And that picture went viral. And in my meditation, I had a picture of this pack coming at me like wolves, wanting to damage and destroy me. Jesus talked about them. He said the thief breaks in to kill and steal and destroy. And I had a picture of this pack of Satan and his emissaries, whoever they were, coming at me. And then Jesus standing alone between me and them and saying to them, if you want to get Andrew, you've got to get me first. And he's still standing there today. And it's a great source of comfort to me.
His wounds have